Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Steve and Josh Show. My name is Stephen King.
And I'm Josh Powell.
And this is our second episode. Welcome. I'm so excited.
It's hard to keep a straight face, dude.
Welcome. Like I would be a newscaster. I'd be probably the best newscaster you've ever seen.
Dude, I thought it would be kind of cool to be a newscaster, except you got to wake up at like 3 a.m.
But you don't have to think for yourself.
You just have to read.
Right? Which is hard for some people.
Horrible at.
Which you would be terrible at.
I'd be like Joe Biden up there.
I don't know if all of our fans have realized, but we've changed the name of the show.
Got a brand new name.
Welcome to the Steve and Josh podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I took second billing.
It was unanimous by all 27 viewers.
Tell them what really happened.
So I was hanging out at my house, and I get a message from Josh, and Josh is panicked. He's he's a little bit nervous. He's like, "Hey, our channel got deleted," and he had just given me permissions to like mess with the channel like a few hours beforehand.
I did honestly for a second think you've messed something up, dude. I almost said F something up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But I did first. When I saw it deleted, my first thought was, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Just kidding. I may bleep that.
You're going to have to.
I'm not going to bleep it.
I'm going to kiss him.
I'm going to kiss him.
And then we're going to do a voiceover where someone's going to go, kiss.
I'm going to kiss him.
I'm going to.
But... dude, for a split second, I thought, Steve, man, mess something up.
I thought I did too, because like I was like looking to reply to comments, and then I'm like, oh my god, what happened? And then you let me know that we got taken down for violating YouTube's code of conduct.
Yeah, their guidelines and all that garbage. But it wasn't what you'd think, right? My first thought was, oh my gosh, we said too much.
Yep.
You know, we crossed the line. We said too much, and we can't make a podcast because neither of us can keep our mouths shut.
Oh,
but
man.
that wasn't it at all. What it was, they thought our channel was spam.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I think because it was a brand new channel. We didn't even do a description, a title, a profile picture. We didn't do any of that yet. We just started uploading a video, and then I made 2 shorts. And as soon as we made those shorts, in order to link a short to a video, which is what you want to do, so when people watch a short, they can click and watch the video, you have to verify your ID.
Sure.
So I went through the process of verifying my ID. No more than 20 minutes later, our channel was deleted.
Gone.
So I think I'm either on a federal watch list.
I was like, are my finances right? Like, what did I do?
Your credit score is not high enough for a podcast.
I was immediately just sitting on my couch, and it was like later out at night, you know, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Dude, I was so mad though, man. I was so mad. Turns out it's just an algorithm thing, right?
Sure.
Because what the next part of the story is, the next day I'm like, screw this, I'm making another new channel, which is why we have a different name now.
Now it's a Steve and Josh podcast, which, I mean, if the fates tell you something, I mean, we're just going to follow it. Like, well, I'm not going to tempt it any more than we have.
No,
so.
I mean, this one's up now. It's not deleted.
Apparently, it has to be done.
We're doing show number 2, so I made a new one, but the funny part is, after I uploaded our video again, uploaded our shorts, went to connect the shorts to the video, verified my ID. Guess what?
What happened, Josh?
The new channel got deleted.
Oh, why? What? They figured out that we just switched those clever bastards.
But there's an appeal process that I went through, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to take 2 weeks. You know, we're not going to have a channel. We're done. We're done.
Out.
We're done with the podcast.
Before we even started.
But to my surprise, they responded within like 20 or 30 minutes.
Shout out to YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I hate you for deleting us, but I love you for restoring
It's only
us.
because his name isn't first anymore. That's fine.
YouTube knew. They were like, oh, no, we can't have the Josh and Steve podcast.
We can even shorten it even more. Now we can do the Steve and Josh pod. That's it.
Now we can do this in
Spit that. Just
I mean, why have it so long? You know, it's a lot of effort to say. Well, for in all fairness, you wanted to use Steven.
I did.
And I talked you out of it.
It's my name, man.
I know, and you hate the name Steve, bro, but
it makes more sense.
The Steven and Josh podcast. I mean, it just sounds way too feminine, bro.
No, it's so funny.
But you need a shorter. We had to shorten.
Had to shorten it up and got it all squared away. So
hear ye.
We are back and better than ever.
From henceforth,
if we have to start over every single time, I'm down for it.
Dude, I mean, we will only ever get to like 20 subscribers.
I mean, listen, it's going to be...
It'll be the same 20
My
people.
same people every single
It'll be our
time.
families.
Wake up in the morning, babe, do I have to subscribe to a new pod today, or can I just use my own socials?
Right.
Which is a new word that I'm learning, socials. I know I should know all these things. Did you get advice from your daughter or your child on what happened to your YouTube channel?
Well, my daughter actually is the one who found it because she went to watch our podcast because she got home from work. It was actually in the middle of watching our podcast, and she got to a certain point, it just started buffering. So she's like, what the heck? So she refreshed.
As kids
And
do.
when she refreshed, it said this channel no longer exists. And she's like, Josh, did you take down your channel?
Did she think she was grounded from the internet for a little bit? You just come into the room, what the hell are you doing?
In all fairness, she's like 53. No, she's 23, but I mean, her days of grounding are over. But still, yeah, and I talked to her about it. Like said at first, I was like, this is something we said. And she's like, yeah, probably, you run your mouth. And then I found an email because you said, check your emails, bro. You were very smart to do that.
I mean, I don't like checking my emails. It's a total separate subject, but I love telling people to check their emails.
Practically a genius, bro. IQ of 1,000,000. So I checked my email, and lo and behold, it said we were deleted for spam. Yeah. So I knew right then we were good on the content.
Yeah.
You know? Me calling Santa a jolly fat motherfucker did not get us deleted.
I thought he had connections.
I mean, he should.
I know somebody.
Good.
So it's glad to be back and good to go.
Bro, did you watch the news today at all?
Just, little bits and pieces of it,
Did you see
all day.
that freaking boat crashed into the bridge in Baltimore?
See it. I watched it with everybody I could. It's the most amazing footage I've ever seen.
Well, how does something like that happen realistically? How does a boat that is like 58 million tons run into a bridge?
I wonder, it could be like trains, right? Where trains have to take so long to stop. But every time that I've been around a bridge that goes up and down for a boat, the boat's always waiting for the bridge to go up. Like this guy was like, ready or not, here I come.
Is that what happened? Because I thought that the bridge just literally ran into one of the pylons, the supports, and took the bridge down.
Well, no, I mean, but the boat was going forward, right?
Yeah.
Why was he going forwards?
They weren't driving in reverse.
Well, I mean, he should have been. I mean, that would have been a better idea.
They probably would have avoided the bridge.
I just would have been like, oh, let me just get back here.
Well, it was like 20 minutes. It was only in the water for 20 minutes.
It's just, I don't understand why he started moving forward before the bridge was out of the way altogether. He was like, you know what? They'll move it. This is the fastest bridge I've ever seen in my life. Like, why did it, and I assume it's a he, and I'm sorry, but why did that
it's definitely a he. Well, then again, the crash, it was probably a she. You know what I'm saying? If it was a he, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh, it's so funny. Different reasons for he and she to do it, but
can we just call him Shim?
Shim?
Yeah, because we don't know.
Oh,
and how dare us assume? You know what I mean?
That what? It's a he or him or her or his? Or
how dare us?
Could have been a pair of shoes for all. All I know is whoever put that pair of shoes in charge of that boat should be in a lot of trouble. Like, how do you get put in charge of a boat worth that much and you just play Red Rover with the bridge?
So
they don't even know they're playing.
They were leaving Baltimore Harbor, right?
I mean, probably frantically.
Yeah, and it's a port. It's a port of entry. Okay. So it's like where all the imports and exports, it was a freight liner. So it was one of those big cargo ships that haul the big, those freight things they put on top of semi-trucks and trains that hauls them all over from overseas. So it's probably where most of the drugs come in.
Oh.
From overseas. Maybe the captain, bro. I mean, they just left 20 minutes ago.
Oh, it's true.
Maybe the captain was partaking.
Having a little party
it could be. I mean, I'm not saying that's the case. We don't want to assume stuff like that.
Okay. He wasn't sure if the bridge was real.
The bridge may have been moving in his mind.
He was like, I got this.
He's like, oh yeah, they're moving it. They see me coming.
These guys love me. I hope the black box come out and they're like, turn around, please stop. There are people on the bridge, sir. Please stop. And then the voice back is just like, yeah, you guys are so cool, man. He sounds like Post Malone. He's like, thanks, man. Just thanks, man. It's really cool, man.
In your mind, the captain sounds like Post Malone.
Yeah, I mean, I assume if he's doing on drugs, right?
In my mind, he sounds like Harrison Ford.
I can't stop this boat for nothing.
I'm trying to stop. I don't know why Harrison Ford, dude. I just picture a captain like an old dude who's distinguished and
Brown hat,
bro, ready to roll.
You better
know
get this bridge up in 5 seconds. There's no other choice. It's like, oh, well, I just broke it.
We got a one-armed man on board who murdered 3 people.
It's a rock chasing a kid. I don't understand it.
Oh man, yeah. So I don't know. So we've had a lot. I mean, it's just been a couple of days since we did our first podcast. We went through 2 YouTube channels.
It's true.
Freaking boat ran into a bridge. What else is going on in the world, dude?
I don't know if you know this. Nostalgia kickback. I mean, if you're somebody who watches a little bit of cartoons back in the day, X-Men '97 is on Disney Plus.
I can get behind some X-Men, man.
Did you ever watch X-Men, the animated series?
I didn't watch the animated series so much, but I'm a huge fan of the X-Men movies.
Man. It's like if they did the animated series and they just have better graphics now. They have like the same voice actors, the same premise. It's an amazing show.
Is it the whole set of characters, though?
Some of them.
Rogue.
I mean, Rogue's there. Rogue,
Wolverine,
yes,
of course.
yes,
Cyclops.
yes. Cyclops is there. Cyclops is a badass.
Is Joe in it?
Joe?
Joe Mama? I couldn't help it, bro.
I can't believe I took that so seriously. I'm so mad at myself.
I can't believe you fell for that, bro.
I thought there was an X-Men I didn't know, which is stupid. Because I pretty much know them all. They have, Gambit's there. Gambit's,
I like Gambit.
On me,
throwing the cards.
Just
and
throw
stuff.
cards at people.
Well, they should have a pool player X-Men who throws like cue balls.
Would it be more dangerous?
Dude, it would be way more dangerous than a playing card.
In the event of an emergency, if you don't have your powers, you're still going to fuck somebody up.
Yo, you can still knock him.
Right? What'd you say?
He would have a catchphrase like 8 ball, corner pocket. I'm behind the 8 ball.
Looks like that was a scratch.
Dude, would he use the cue balls or the pool stick, do you think?
I think he would have a pool stick that would be made of energy that would like go up like a Daredevil stick, and then have balls, and he would just he'd throw it up and but he had to be in a perfect position. That'd be his only downfall. Like he has to be able to set his body where he can't shoot anybody. You sons of bitches.
What you're saying is he'd be playing with his stick and balls.
That's what I'm saying all the time. And
he would fight with them, literally.
I mean, you've seen a set of dangerous stick and balls before.
I own a set of dangerous stick and balls, my man.
But you can't run from these.
So have you watched any of this yet?
I've watched every single episode, which is
How
only
many?
2. I'm not.
I've watched all of them.
It's only 2.
Bro, how many are there? 1?
I've watched every single one from start to finish.
Yeah.
That's what my wife said about our podcast. She was like, "Get off my case. I've watched every single one from start to finish." I was like, "Thanks."
You're like, you never even said you liked it. She's like, because I didn't.
She was like, "I did that virtually. That's all that matters."
Did she hit the like button?
Yeah, I think she did.
Did your wife, honestly, all jokes aside, did your wife like it, you think?
Yeah, sure.
I
why
know
not?
she's just like my wife. She's going to say, oh, yeah, I like it.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. It was fine enough.
But you can
don't-
read your wife. Do you think she
I don't-
actually liked it?
I don't press that issue. I think she was fine.
You better have liked it.
It
I was talking to your wife.
It was fine enough. I hope she understands.
Hey,
She's going
she
to be like,
don't.
wait a minute.
She's like, you can't go over there anymore.
Who is he talking to with that finger?
You're not going to be allowed to come over. Our podcast is over now.
I mean, the only thing that's going to stop me from coming over is the mileage that I put on my lease before I got here.
Yeah, you might have to walk from now on.
I didn't take into account how far it was.
It's a little bit of a ride, dude.
It's worth it.
But in all fairness, I do the editing.
Yes.
So you're driving an hour each way, but I'm editing for like 4 or 5 hours.
I was going to ask you if you saw our last podcast and if there was anything that you learned from it.
I watch it like 38 million times, bro.
Yeah, and then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, you are doing the editing.
You know, it's funny, man, because when you're editing something, you literally watch it over and over, parts of it. Mm-hmm. You don't watch the whole thing over and over, but you watch like 20 seconds over and over to get everything correct. Luckily, in the podcast, you and I are basically brilliant, so we didn't have to cut a whole lot.
Which is great.
But no, I'm just kidding.
Or just silly not to cut a whole lot.
But I literally had to watch it a whole bunch, man, to do everything. So by the end of it, you know, I'm like, our podcast sucks, man, because all the jokes were old to me. I watched I knew I could recite our podcast by heart right now.
You want to just do it again?
Should we just do the same podcast?
Just do the same one again. I'll just see if I can do it better next time.
Right.
And where were you the first time?
I'm like, you remember when you said this? Your inflection was a little off, Steve. Steven.
I would have liked you to have berated the claws a bit more. That would have been fantastic.
Poor Santa Claus, dude.
That guy.
I vow to never say anything bad about Santa Claus.
I mean,
again.
you're the one who taught me he was a real person, so who cares about that?
And my wife informed me after she watched our podcast that St. Nicholas actually did acts of kindness.
Did he?
Like he went around doing charity for people.
Oh, good.
So, I mean, that's, he's Santa Claus.
I guess where that comes from.
I wonder if he had a beard and real fat.
I wonder if he wanted people to use it for power for the rest of their lives after him.
I wonder if he wanted corporations to use it as a sales technique.
Right? I wonder if he was like, hopefully...
Maybe we should start a fictional character about our podcast.
Yes.
So in 200 years from now.
Correct. They have ultimate power over somebody.
They have ultimate power over everything. We'll be long gone, but maybe someone will have our podcast.
At least benefit it from like a family tree or whatever.
That's right.
We have to patent it and then repatent it because they run out.
We have to patent it?
I don't know how to say that word. I thought I knew how to say that
That's a hard word, dude.
That's what she said.
In all fairness, it's like 3 syllables.
It's a lot of T's.
It is a lot of T's, man.
So did you learn anything from our last podcast?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a little bit, dude. I learned that the bud tenders are pretty crazy people. I learned that Santa Claus and salvation. I mean, I didn't learn nothing. What are you talking about, dude? We were joking the whole time.
Yeah, dude, I learned that everything that we thought we were going to talk about, didn't talk about in any way, shape, or form. And that's all I was thinking on the drive here. I was just like, I wrote down like 15 things.
Yeah,
like, 2 of them. Like, what the
So this guy sends me topics, right? And I look them over. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're good topics, dude. Yeah. It's good stuff, And then when I get here, he's like, hey, so did you write down any topics? I'm like, not a one.
Send him topics on the behest of him sending me topics. Send me some topics so I know what to talk about. I'll take it from here. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And he's like, did you look at my topics? I'm like, no, I didn't look at But you were talking about nostalgia with the X-Men. And as soon as you said nostalgia, you know what popped into my mind, dude? P. Diddy.
Oh, my.
Did you hear about that?
I've heard bits and pieces. I don't know if I want. I don't know if I feel safe hearing about it because I feel like I might just be part of the people who get offed.
The Illuminati is going to show up at our back door.
I just heard...
Wait, saying at our back door may be the wrong way to phrase it. Considering what P. Diddy is getting raided for. You know what I mean? Did you hear why he's getting raided?
A little bit of trafficking.
Yeah, it's like human trafficking, sex trafficking.
Yeah, that's all the rage these days with these kids.
All the kids are doing it.
Jesus.
You're not cool if you don't do it.
I don't... Apparently not. Like, apparently there's a pinnacle to hit. And then
you got a sex traffic.
Then after that, it's like I need to have an island full of kids who like you could do it, or I need to shoot people in the face. Like,
if you're not comfortable with the sex trafficking pinnacle, you could go the Michael Vick route.
I would rather
do a dogfighting ring, which is way. I mean, in the grand scheme of it, they're both bad.
Okay, so the phrase here that most applies is just because you don't smell like shit doesn't mean you smell good. That's the phrase that applies here.
I mean, it could be worse. R. Kelly.
But, I mean, you take it a pick of the 3. Am I going to be P. Diddy, R. Kelly, or Michael Vick? Michael Vick all day?
Michael Vick all day. Because I love dogs, right? I love dogs. But I think I would rather do... So, Usher, I heard I don't know if it's an interview or just a comment that Usher made, because Usher lived at P. Diddy's house when he was like 13.
Oh.
And he didn't say anything happened to him per se, but he did say that it was very scary. And there was a lot of scary things going on. I believe that was the quote. Don't quote me on the quote for quote's sake, but I think he said there was a lot of very scary things going on.
I mean, so I don't want to draw parallels because, that's not what I'm here for.
Just blew my mind with that word, bro.
Drawing parallels, baby. I mean,
are you like drawing them with the crayon?
Wasn't Justin Bieber kind of like cultivated by Usher?
He was, bro.
Don't people who usually have a bad experience
pass that forward
on their people?
They pay it forward.
So, yeah, I mean, listen, he's already on a plane right now.
Which one?
His own plane.
Who?
Oh,
Diddy?
Diddy's gone. You'll never hear from Diddy.
So he didn't get arrested or anything?
No, they raided his house, and he's not going to be there.
He's living on that island.
Dude,
we were
he's
talking
gone.
about?
He's gone. The second this all went down, he was gone. I read today
you think he got
that
a
sold
tip?
his company. Yeah, for sure.
That they were coming?
Absolutely.
And he's like, pew.
he had to do something along those lines because, I mean, there's reason why they've been getting out of it for the first place, but just the extreme allegations of like what's going on behind the scenes. Listen, I might take that for like a day and get like a meal out of it, but I don't need to be no Drake. I don't need to be no crazy famous person to be like, dude, and just the amount. Okay, so here's the craziest part about it to me. The Messiah of the whole thing, the person with their head on straight, 50 Cent.
I didn't hear 50 cents.
No. 50 Cent has been...
You hear me? I said 50 cents.
Yeah, no, well, that's better than trying to call him 50 Cent like
50.
Like most white people try to do.
Hey, did you hear that fella 50 Cent?
That guy $50 really got us good on that P. Diddy tip.
So is he the one that tipped off the law enforcement?
No, he didn't tip off. He just
some lady from Canada or something.
Yeah.
He abducted from Detroit. Is what I heard.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that he came forward, but he's been saying things about not hanging out with Diddy and I'm not going around with Diddy, and just has had a head on straight in the industry forever. And now it's just like, okay, of all the rappers that came out when I was younger and when I was around that age, I wonder, how did 50 Cent become the one who our North Star? He's the smartest one, the one who's kept his head on straight, the one who's been out of scandal.
I think that happens when you get shot like 5 times.
Right?
You know, you wise up pretty quick, and except unless you're Tupac.
Well, I mean, after he got shot, he didn't live. So.
Well, the first time he got shot twice.
Yeah, he kept getting shot.
He got shot, dude. That guy's like Swiss cheese, man. Or was. Rest in peace, Lord forgive me.
Well, his wounds didn't heal, Josh, so he's probably still a little bit like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, he got shot, right, and then came back and made a song about getting shot.
Oh,
and then after that, still ran his mouth and got shot to death.
Again, yeah.
Man. Rest in peace, bro.
I mean,
or he may not be dead, depending on what you believe.
Tupac Island.
Yeah, Tupac.
I mean, that's where P. Diddy's going right
Biggie.
now.
Tupac, Biggie, and P. Diddy's on his way.
First of all, even if Biggie didn't get shot, he died of a heart attack a long time ago.
Oh, dude, he was dead in 3 years if he didn't get shot.
Every time that man rapped, he sounded like he had 4 cheeseburgers in his mouth. It was
made me
amazing.
want to clear. Clear your throat, bro.
Wasn't he with like Little Kim or something like that? Oh, no. Eve.
Well, Eve was his wife, and he was boning Lil Kim. Something like that.
And then he lost her because he turned around.
He was big.
It was crazy.
he lost. He actually sat on her, dude.
Where you at, baby?
Oh, poor Biggie. That's my era too, man. Dude. I love that guy.
So in general, I have a hard time getting down with music that I can't sing to because I just kind of see myself as a wannabe rock star.
Can you sing?
No.
Can you sing to any music?
I can sing the emo music. I can like what do you mean by sing? Like, can I?
Well, sing. I mean, there's only one way to interpret that.
That's not happening ever.
Sing right now.
That's not good.
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Like, Mary had a little lamb. What I'm saying is,
you shouldn't listen to Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Is that how it goes?
No, you said you don't listen to anything you can't sing.
Oh, it's true. Set me up for that. But I like rap. I like that genre of rap. But just like 4 songs from each artist, like Biggie, Tupac, Snoop, Dre back in the day.
Yeah.
Every other rap song I hate.
Really? See, that was my thing. Like in the 90s, man, I love rap. And even in the early 2000s. And then I grew up, you know, and I started not liking rap, but my kids listened to it and all the new rap. And I'm always like, you guys, listen to this. And I'll play some 90s rap. And they're like, oh, it's okay. You know? But they listen to it enough to where I like some of the new rap now.
Well, that's because all of your songs were sampled in it.
Yeah,
so like you don't know that you're getting that, but you're like, wait a minute, why do I love this song? And it's like a derivative, like Jump Around.
Well, look, you picked the white rappers.
I mean, I figured
out of the whole genre.
You picked
the Irishman. What are you trying to say?
Is that really not a?
It's House of Pain. That's the Irishman guys, dude. They're white Irishmen.
I told you I didn't know rap. I really thought that. Really?
So they would play. You're right about the sampling. They play a song, and I'd hear the beat, And then all of a sudden I'd come in with what song I thought it was, and they both look at me funny, you know, and then the actual track starts, and I'm like, oh, shut up. You
Dude,
know?
that's I'm still reeling.
I start singing Sir Mix-a-Lot, my Anaconda, and then
it's Nicki Minaj.
yeah,
right?
it's Nicki Minaj. Yeah,
tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for if you're singing Nicki Minaj, you're actually like dirtier, which is really fun. You know.
Well, like dirtier in general, like she rolled around in the dirt, or just
I
dirtier
wouldn't be
mind.
surprised, but I mean, her words are.
She's a dirty girl.
much.
She's a dirty.
I'd go
dirty
camping with her. I think she'd be just fine.
Yeah, I think I'd go camping with her,
I'd
baby.
be like, I'm sorry, babe. There's a little bit of dirt out here. She'd be like, what? I'd be like, what? What's that? What's that? She goes, nothing. Can't handle this. I'm like, okay.
What is a wop? I know what a wop is. Don't look at me like that.
Thank God. Because I was last time you screw.
Of course, I know what a wop is.
Anything about it? Oh, it's fun.
Oh boy.
Oh man, yeah. So the drive here was fun.
Did you see all of our snow's gone here?
Yeah, snow's
now
gone.
it looks here like it does at your house.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
except for
no
nicer.
snow, bro.
I was driving here and it reminded me of other things I've seen when I was driving, right? And like last summer, I'm driving on the freeway and I see this sign. The sign says, "Heat kills. Check your back seat." That's it. That's all this sign says.
What the hell are they talking about?
I'm in my freeway. I'm thinking that there's a new, like, I don't know, millennial murderer calling himself Heat.
And he's hiding
And he's in my back
seats.
seat. I was got to an accident looking at my back seat. Like, that shit wasn't even in like a parking lot. Or like, it was just like on the freeway. Heat kills. Check your back seat. And I'm just like,
What are they talking? They got to be talking about like leaving your kid in the back.
I would assume,
Right?
but,
I mean,
like, are you jumping out of your car on the freeway, being like, I sure hope the heat doesn't kill you?
Yeah, why is it on the freeway, bro? When you're driving, you're like, oh, good, my kid's there. And then by the time you get to the store, you forget he's back there.
Yeah,
again.
I know. Like, is he in the bed of your truck? Is that your back seat? He's like, oh, oh. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. It was a very distracting sign. It kept me like, for like the next like minute and a half, I was just thinking and not driving. And like they put signs up up all the time, like weed signs.
Weed signs.
Like they replace that with billboards.
Literally every other billboard is an advertisement. I drive past the billboard and I'm like, oh, free weed. Mm-hmm. And I almost crash every time.
Yeah.
You know, and then 2 minutes later, oh, free weed.
If I would have known that putting stock into billboard companies would have been a smart move when weed was legalized, you would have been on it. Like, there's some billboard guy who's been getting made fun of for 30 fucking years, be like, get out of the business, Bill, you old hag.
And
Nobody's using
like,
billboards anymore.
Cha-ching.
They're like mailing him black and white TVs just to roast them, and he's just like, God damn it. And now he's just like, who's laughing now?
Yeah. Now he's mailing them straps of 10,000 just to roast them back.
Oh, no, he's mailing them like those like LED TVs.
Oh, yeah.
And he's smashing them before he gives it to them. They open the box and like, fuck, this guy's rich.
It was a plasma. Why'd you break it, Bill?
Just like,
Why'd you break it? Plasma. How old is that, dude? A plasma
Are there
TV.
not plasma TVs
I don't
anymore?
know. Do they still make them? Everything's LED now, or OLED.
I mean,
What is an OLED, bro? Do you know?
No.
I have no idea.
Old?
I have no idea. It's OLED.
Oh, it's OLED, so it's old.
I don't even know. Yeah, OLED. OLED.
OLED. Hey, bitch.
So, well, I think our time's about up here,
Yeah.
man, on this this fantastic episode number 2.
Absolutely. The second, but the first Steve and Josh podcast.
It is
That's true. That's true. You better change that camera angle. It's going to be right at me, baby.
I'm changing the name back, dude. We can change it every 14 days.
Oh, every 14 days?
Yeah. You know, it's funny because you have access too. So if I change it back 14 days later, you change it
so
back.
we're just going to be racing each other. Who wakes up earliest in the morning? Like, come on.
Well, I wouldn't. I wake up at like 4 a.m.
That's when I wake up too. So, but I stay up.
Oh, you stay up. Like, you'll get it like 12:01.
I'll try, obviously.
I'll be asleep too.
All right. Thank you all for coming out. It's been an exciting time. We'll see you next time. I bet you'll be real soon.
Peace.